Hello, everyone. Welcome to my back to school night presentation. My name is Mr. Scott Wultors, and I am the teacher for Calculus AB and BC. So let me go ahead and just talk a little bit about myself, my class, and a little more information for you guys today. The first thing I'd like to say is a little bit about myself. I actually have a bachelor's in chemistry. I know I'm a math teacher, but I have a bachelor's in chemistry at Virginia Tech. I do have a minor in mathematics. I was able to get dual certified to teach both classes. I had taught chemistry for 1 year at Yorktown High School and then moved over to Westfield for the last 14 years teaching math. I love math. I love the diversity of teaching different subject matters. When I taught chemistry, it was the same thing every period, and I kind of got bored with it. So I like the fact that I've taught stuff from Algebra 1 all the way up to Calculus. So this is my 14th year teaching at Westfield. This is my 5th year teaching AB Calculus, and this is my 3rd year teaching Calculus BC. I am the team lead for Calculus, so basically I run the meetings for the AB classes. I'm the only BC teacher, so I kind of have to. I'm running those meetings too because it's just me. I'm very active, or try to be very active in the school. So I'm the class of 2023 sponsor. That's our sophomores right now. I also was the class sponsor for 2017. I also am a Math Honor Society sponsor, and I also have other clubs that I'm also sponsoring at Westfield. I have a passion for teaching. I think for anyone to be really good at their craft, they have to love it. And I think especially for teaching, you have to love what you do. And I love teaching. I'm sad that we're not able to see the kids interactive this year, but hopefully that will change maybe throughout the year. But I just absolutely love teaching. I just really enjoy it, and the students actually make it worthwhile for me. And I also love Virginia Tech. As you can see in the background, there's my little banner. I am also getting my master's at Virginia Tech in instructional design and technology. So I have to love them because I've given them a lot of my money, right? All right, so really quickly, just for calculus, we do a grade adjustment. So every test, there's going to be a 10% curve. We do that because we want to make sure that we align our class based on how the AP classroom does or AP calculus does on their exams. So they adjust their scores for at the end of the year, so we adjust them as well. We also do a rolling grade book. And for a rolling grade book, when you guys go on to Parent View, you will see whatever grade that the student has is currently is the grade they have for the course. So we don't average anything down. And most of you guys probably are used to this because most of the math department at least has been doing the rolling grade book for the year, or for years now. I will tell you guys that the calculus is very challenging. I think you guys already know that. I always tell students that the struggle is real at times, but I just love when students can kind of just work their way through it and be comfortable with it and just start really understanding it. So sometimes we do have roadblocks, and some students rise to the occasion, and that's totally fine. I always like the fact that in this second quote right here, it says struggling math is not the enemy any more than sweating is the enemy in a basketball game. We just got to make sure that we are working, we're trying, and we're being successful. I will say that, working, coming to class, doing the homework and everything like that really does help a student in this class. And I am absolutely here, even though I physically can't be with the students, I can absolutely help them with everything that they need to do. AB Calculus is the first 2 semesters of Calc, and then the BC Calculus students, they cover all of AB and then polars, parametrics, and sequence and series. So it's a 3-semester class. So where can you find stuff? Hopefully my students can tell you this already after the second week of school. Schoology. I have everything on Schoology. So I have the syllabus. I have the notes. I have the notes that I go over in class, the answer keys to the ones I go over in class, all the reviews, all the answer keys to reviews, all the homework, the calendar that tells you guys what we're going to do when we have assessments, all stuff like that. All the answer keys are online. I also have video links, and I'll talk about this in a second, but I have video links where the kids can go and just get some more information about the class and content, and I'll get to that in a little bit of time. I welcome you guys to stay on Parent View. I have not put grades in at this moment in time. I'm going to do that tomorrow, so you guys will start seeing some grades. So just keep up with that, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know. As far as extra help is concerned, on Mondays, we do have a schedule, office hours for math. It's from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. I am available a lot on Mondays. I tell students, please email me Mondays and even after schools on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I am absolutely able to help students work. So I tell students just to email me and say, Mr. Wultors, can you come in at this certain time? And if I can, well, we will. If I can't, then I'll just make a time for them. So I'm absolutely able to help. And a lot of students have already used their email me, just questions, and I try to get back to them within 24 hours. So I'm here to help. I want to help. I want to help. I want to help. So one of the things that I really like about calculus is the real world problems that we do. We do a lot of stuff where, a lot of times with kids, like, why do I have to learn this? Or what real life application am I going to use this for? So I really like the calculus, because you guys can see just 3 of the many examples that we do in this class. Particle motion is one of the initial things that we do. It has a little bit of physics into it, where we talk about acceleration, velocity, and position function. We do talk about related rates. I love related rates. I think it's really cool. Rate of change with respect to time. And then later in the course, we talk about differential equations. And then this is kind of where we can get into like biology, where how fast does bacteria grow? And it's amazing when we do some of these problems, how fast bacteria really grows in a short period of time. And we talk about, bacteria is all over us and stuff like that. It's a very interesting little conversation that we can have with it. But I absolutely love that I can incorporate what I'm teaching the students and what I'm teaching them into the real world. So, I really do enjoy that. And I like to make the connections of concept A versus concept B versus concept C. I like to have those connections in calculus. And hopefully my students really appreciate that when I start doing the questions with them. So here's a little extra information for this year. The first thing is that all grading and assessments will be done through Schoology and AP Classroom. I will tell you guys, if you're watching this video this week, the students, which is the 3rd week of school, the students do have an assessment at the end of the week on Thursday, Friday, so hopefully they're aware of that. It's on the calendar. I cannot stress that you guys go look at the calendar, which is the second little thing right here. The calendar has all of their homework, what we're covering that day, what the bookwork questions are, when the assessments are, and any other extra information that I want them to know. So absolutely, your assessments are going to be in classroom through Schoology and through AP Classroom. And almost all the assessments will be done during class. It will not be done outside of class. They'll be doing them while we're actually scheduled to be in my class for calculus. The asynchronous work video lessons. So what I want them to do outside of class, because of the content and the amount of content that calculus has, I'm going to ask students, and they've been brilliantly wonderful about it already, to do 1 or 2 lessons every month. So usually it's 1 every 2 weeks where they have to do a lesson and then do an exit ticket. They can work with other students on, and they can use their notes for it, so they can get the points for it, and then they do an assessment for me on Schoology, and then I grade it and I give them all the points that they want for it. The dates for that and the lessons themselves are also on the unit calendar. So again, the unit calendar is really awesome. I encourage my students who have a printer to print out the unit calendar for every unit, so they can kind of mark and see what we're doing in class and what should be expected of them outside of class. One of the most awesome things that I think I'm doing this year, guys, is that if a student misses a class, they can't be there, or the internet's not working, we all have that issues, or they just need to review content that I went over, a concept that I went over in class that we're like, I need to go over that one more time. I'm going to hear it 1 or 2 more times. I tell students to Google Scott Wultors YouTube. All right. And once you Google Scott Wultors YouTube, it pops up very first link, because my name is very original with my last name. And then all you have to do is click it and then go to whatever video you want. I also have video links in Schoology, so I actually have them linked. So if they need to go back over lesson 9, part 2, they can go to the lesson 9 link, and I encourage you guys to go into Schoology to see this. And then they can just click on that link, so they don't have to go search for the video themselves at YouTube. So I post videos for every lesson that I will teach this year. I am currently done with all of the Unit 1 lessons. As a matter of fact, after I do this right now, I'm going to start working on Unit 2 stuff, so I can post it. So if students ever need, again, just watch it again. If they just I want to see it again, I want to hear it again, they can always reference it. But again, more importantly, for students that just miss class, Ms. Wultors, what can I do? Well, just go watch the video whenever you can and just get caught up. And I really also think, with the internet not working, that they can watch it other times. So I encourage you guys to do that. I do have the link right there for my page. I don't know if you guys can click it, but well, it's a video, so you probably can't. So never mind. That was really silly. So anyways, I have a link there, but the students can easily find it. And then for any other stuff that you guys have any questions on, I encourage you to just go back to the syllabus. Most of you guys already filled out a form from me acknowledging the syllabus. For everything from the honor code to what we do in class, what the expectations are. But most times when they're in class, I'm teaching the lesson and I'm asking them questions, and we're trying to interact as best we can. I put them in breakout groups, so we try what we can do for what we can do with this. So that's my extra information on this. One thing I always like to do, so I always like to keep back to school night a little interesting. I always like to just kind of have fun with the parents who are watching this and stuff like that. So I know I've actually taught a lot of these students I have this year. Actually, I've taught multiple years. So if you've come to my back to school night, you've actually already seen this, but I just love this so much. I tell students that, since I've taught Calculus AB for 5 years and BC for 3 years, I already got on the mistakes that's going to be made. Like I say, guys, pay attention to this because students make a mistake on this all the time. So I'm going to ask you guys to count the squares. Do not count the overall large one, the one that's right here, just so what's inside of the picture. So count the number of squares, or kind of rectangles, just, so like I would count this guy right here, like it looks like, so count that and just see how many it is. And I'm going to encourage you, if you wanted to pause the video, count it, because I'm pretty sure that if you do mess up, and most of you won't, but if you do mess up, I pretty much think I know where it's going to be. So if you want to pause the video and just count the squares, then we're going to come back and talk about it. So most people, if they don't see all 11, they see 10 or less than 10. If someone sees more than 11, then I need to know where those extra squares were. But I always tell students, if you did not get 11, you got 10, most likely the highlighted square that you see there is the one that you didn't count. So, and some students, some parents, they actually, oh my God, that's so true. And then some people, yeah, I got this, I already know what it was. But, the whole point of this little thing is I just know what mistakes students are going to make. And I tell my students, please pay attention to this. I write in multicolors when I do my lessons. And I usually highlight, like, here in green, this is what you need to make sure that you understand, because this is the stuff that students mess up on. So, having the experience of teaching the content, I actually think I can do better with teaching my students just because I know what mistakes they're going to make ahead of time. The other thing that I do in my little back to school night is, I always like I love optical illusions. I think they're so awesome. And, I say this is all about perspective on what you see here, which two things you could possibly see. When I first saw this picture, I saw the rabbit, or I see the rabbit because it looks like it's in a field of grass. And then some people say it's a duck, which, to me still looks like grass. So like you have kind of like look like this for the duck. And the reason why I put this in the presentation is because, I want students to have an open mind about the class. It's not always all about getting A's. If they get a B or something, or a C on something, hopefully they just learn from it. So I try to keep a very positive outlook on this. My students will know I'm very optimistic. I'm there for them. It's sometimes the struggle is real, like I said before, but I'm there for them. And as long as they have a positive attitude and they can turn around and do better, then I'm all there for them. I'm there for them. That's what I'm trying to say. So I just like that little picture right there. So duck or rabbit, I guess, or maybe see one, maybe see both, but again, I see the rabbit. So what are my ultimate goals? My ultimate goals for my students throughout this year and the end of the year is to make sure that they obviously learn calculus. I want to make sure that they take the AP exam or the BC exam at the end of the year and they pass it. I also want to make sure that they appreciate calculus. I mean, calculus is a very beautiful subject matter. I mean, I'm passionate about it. I love teaching it. And I just think that, even though it's rigorous, I still think the students can just really get the beauty out of what it is. I'm encouraging some of my students to have a passion for mathematics. In high school, I was really good at math. I was very good at it, but I didn't love it. And that's why, again, I was a chemistry major, because I just wasn't in love with math. But then as I'm teaching more and more and I'm interacting with students and we're doing math, I've grown to absolutely love mathematics and just think it's fantastic. And, most of the students that I teach who are in the AB or BC classes, they may not absolutely love it, but they're at least good at it because they've made it this far. But I'm trying to hopefully make most of my students like really, really appreciate mathematics. And the last thing that I have as an ultimate goal is I always want students to always think outside the box. I don't want them just to do a question and just do it and learn it because this is the way to do it. Like, I want them to think and create and come up with other things, be innovative. What we have to do, as Virginia Tech says, invent the future. That's what we do. So, kind of always think about what's going on, and just kind of enrich their lives with what they have to think about. So, yeah. All right, so that is my little presentation. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You guys are always welcome at any time to reach out to me. This is my email address is right there. It's on Schoology, it's on the syllabus, it's on the website, it's everywhere that you need to know. So I thank you guys for watching the video. Again, my name is Scott Wultors, and I am your son or daughter's BC or AB calculus teacher. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.